This video is sponsored by Manor Biltong, link below. I'm getting married in 3 months and I desperately need some advice. Most relationships don't fail because people don't care. It's often because they don't know what they're doing. And so today I walked around the streets of Totnes in England asking couples how they keep their relationships alive. We got some really fascinating and useful advice that I think everyone could benefit from hearing, and so I hope you enjoy.
You've got to be friends, and I think if you can be that at your core as a pair. So there are some things that Kirsty does that, if I had my way,
They're really annoying.
Yeah, I was going to be a bit more diplomatic than that. But it's just knowing that she's not. That's what I know those things. So just accept that.
Vice versa, though.
Oh yeah, no. But I'm just saying, it's a two-way street. So incredibly untidy.
Yeah.
But we balance each other in those
But I
ways.
know
Like, I've
that
got
she is, so I can't
a load
come
of
in.
patience.
Yeah, loads
And
of
you
patience,
don't.
and I've got none. But I do think it's accepting the things you don't like. You know what I mean? No one's perfect.
Yeah.
So if you can love the elements that maybe aren't the things, the imperfections, if you can nail that, and if you love them enough, the imperfections just blur into the background.
I think spending time together is crucial, because we all have busy lives, and we do, and everyone does. I think making dates to spend time with each other, and really seriously prioritising like we do that. We bring our diaries together, and we set aside time together, probably definitely once a week, but more than that as well. But like where we go out on dates.
So that's like set aside time. It's like,
Yeah.
this is a time where we're going to segment and we're going to connect during this
Yeah,
time.
we try and do it every day, to be honest. But like, there's like every week there's a special thing. But yeah, I would say every day we try and spend that real time trying to connect.
Typically, the biltong you get from the supermarket is made with a load of preservatives and nitrates and a bunch of stuff that is proven to cause cancer. That is why me and my friend endeavoured to make this product here. Manor Biltong is made from premium grass-fed South Devon beef, and it includes no funny business. No nitrates, no preservatives, nothing of the sort. Nothing artificial, just premium beef and high-quality organic spices.
Very easy. It's very easy. I don't think I've learned anything. It's just
Communication is extremely important.
Well,
I
yeah.
think that is
So
the
you
main
found
thing.
it easy?
Yeah.
Why have you found it easy? Is it because she's a great lady?
She's
or-
easy going, that's why, and I think that's
okay.
the main thing, isn't it?
I think when it's the
but
right
yeah.
person, it is easy.
It can
It's
be
not
easy.
hard work. There's hard times, but I think as long as you're with the right person,
Yeah.
Can be,
it will
but
work out.
As she says, communication's key.
100%.
I am terrible for not communicating. But yeah, I think communication's key, and the truth and honesty, really.
Yeah.
If it feels like it's and nobody knows, in that sort of honeymoon period in that first 6 months, but maybe even a bit longer than that, I suppose. But
Because that honeymoon period ends, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then you're left with the imperfect person. Because in that honeymoon period, you see them as perfect.
yeah, and
then it's
you're
the
on your
real-
best behaviour.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And now I think the other thing is being yourself.
Yeah.
So historically, mates or whatever, and even myself, that thing of like, you don't necessarily want them to go in your phone because you might have liked something on Instagram that maybe you shouldn't have done, or I don't know, that kind of stuff. I've got absolutely there's no filter, so I don't care. Like, I don't have to think about what I say, what I do, what I'm watching, what's on my phone. There's no.
But why is that? Is that because you're very relaxed, or is it because you've got nothing to hide?
Both.
Both, yeah.
Both. Because I think if
And you're probably, I can imagine, if you feel that way, I can imagine you're probably quite secure in yourself.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think we
and
both are.
And I think that's the other thing. You've answered a question there as well. If you're secure in yourself, I think it makes it far easier to be with someone.
Yeah, and relationships, I mean, you can just sort of, everyone gets into their groove, and if you don't invest in the relationship and actually spend that time, and I think you're really good at that, like that sort of I know I'm not going to use the word demanding that time because that's what it is, but
Yeah.
but sort of.
But you did use it.
But yeah, but that's not quite what I mean.
I would call him quite demanding.
Yeah,
so
no,
it's quite interesting.
it's not quite. Well, it's not quite the right word, but you are.
Yeah.
There
I
is,
do force the issue.
You
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
And you know, like when you get involved in day-to-day life and stuff comes up,
Yeah.
and you know, grumbles can come up as well because you might irritate each other because everyone irritates
Oh, yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
But when you actually do that and you stop, the connection comes back, and what drew you to each other in the first place comes back. So it's so important. It's like magic time,
Yeah.
and then it can kind of see you through to the next time. You know.
Yeah. It is.
So what makes Chris the right person for you?
It's absolutely gorgeous.
He is, to be fair.
Very sweet, very caring.
Uh-huh.
He's always been there for me, even when times are very hard. So I think just always being there and showing up and being really supportive of me for whatever I've wanted to do.
That's lovely. And you let him get high and drunk.
Which is key.
Which is what about you? What do you think is? Yeah. What do you like about Mia?
I love lots of stuff about me. Obviously, she's gorgeous herself. But I think she just lets me be me all the time, and that's extremely important. She's just loyal through and through, which is lovely. She's funny and attractive, but I think most of all is she's not overbearing. She never complains. We've never had an argument. Well, actually, I think we've had one argument.
Yeah.
Tiff, maybe,
I wouldn't even call it an argument, a small tiff.
That's quite
That lasted-
unique, I think.
It's not. I wouldn't be in a relationship where I argued.
Really?
I really wouldn't. I can't be asked. Life is far too short.
So you meet someone that I don't have any patience. Kirsty does have patience, so great.
Yeah.
That's a little complementary thing.
Yeah.
But I still know myself that I have no patience. It's not like someone going, "Well, you haven't got any patience," and me going, "Yeah, I have." You know, you're not in. I know.
So it's not only about accepting imperfections in her; it's also about accepting imperfections and acknowledging them in yourself.
Yeah. And then when those things come up, say, you're not surprised by that.
Yeah.
Nothing that Kirsty would ever say to me about me is going to surprise me.
Yeah.
And because I'm perfectly happy and comfortable with who I am, I suppose.
I think being able to communicate your issues is also key. Like, we will talk through everything as it happens, you know, because I think in the early part of our relationship, maybe I didn't talk as much and he was pushing it. And that was really helpful because I might just want to go and retreat and sort myself out. I don't know, you're like, no, we need to talk. And actually, it's great because then suddenly you don't hold resentment. Everything kind of comes out. And being really clear and open sometimes is really painful. Like, we've had some stuff, you know, but actually you get through it if you talk things through. It sounds really, really silly, but I think a lot of people fail there because they don't talk about the stuff that happens, and life happens.
Yeah.
You know, you could have really wonderful ideas about how it will be, and then life happens.
Do you guys live together?
Yeah. We live
Wow,
together.
that's incredible. You haven't had an argument.
Yeah.
And you're not just like repressing stuff under the...
Oh, definitely.
Very
not.
open.
Just both
and
easygoing and...
got to be, like, obviously no one's perfect, but I think it's just accepting those small things, because anyone could argue with anyone about anything, but it's just being accepting and looking at the bigger picture, like, what's really important, like, does it really matter?
I think definitely. I think that's most important when you put things into perspective. Those small things, they're minute details compared to what you're actually gaining. They're just so it's so futile, isn't it? To complain about the things that just don't matter. One day we're going to leave this earth. So who give a fuck who did the dishes? You know?
And I do think that's maybe one of the things about men and women is that I think women tend to mature generally a bit sooner and a bit earlier and have a bit of a different mindset earlier than fellas do. And maybe that's why you know, if I'd have met Kirsty when I was the same age as her, we wouldn't be together. And I can categorically state that.
I guess if you have like one little message for younger people or people getting into a relationship, starting out a relationship, what would that be?
Communicate. I don't think enough people communicate well. I think some people are scared to say what they need to say, feel, and they suppress stuff, which then just comes out, or it can cause those insecurities that people have.
That makes sense.
I think be yourself, know yourself, which arguably best to maybe do as much of that as you can
before. Yeah.
Which harks back to what I was saying.
Yeah.
A bit
Grow up, lads.
Yeah.
I think it's also important to understand your partner in a way. So there are times when I might want something sort of, I'm going to say my way, and actually that
sounds familiar.
But that ain't going to get me where I need to. So that you have to sort of be able to adapt your approach, not because you're different to me. The timing. So I'm much more of a morning person. I can come bounding in and say this is the day, and she's sort of like staggering out of bed and trying to find the first cup of coffee. Yeah. So if I am not sensitive to that and I just plough on regardless. That's not going to work, is it? So I think hanging on, if you sort of know it's right, if you feel that there's another side to it, I think hanging on in there in the sort of depths of the darker
so Mick's
time.
really good at that. So I will say for myself, I've been more likely at times to jump ship because of my makeup, I guess. My conditioning, and you've been very solid all the way through, and that's been so important because that's meant that you've just solidly been there, and then actually whatever was going on for me, we could talk it through. It's the talking again, and we came to the other side, and whatever we've been through, I have to say, has made us stronger.
Yes, it has.
It really has, and we are probably stronger now than we were like 6 years ago.
I heard someone say once, you've got to remember that you love your partner, wife. You've got to, because in those times when maybe a bit of resentment has built up, or you're getting annoyed at them, or there's a challenge going on, it's important to kind of sit back and go, I do love this person, despite what's going on right now. Do you relate to that or not? Because you look like you disagree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I've always loved it. I mean, I think that's there. That's the kind of, that's the bond. Like, I know I love him. He also is the most irritating person in the world. I mean, totally, it's the two. And I tell him that we have this kind of funny joke where it's always your fault. I don't mean it, but it's like a funny joke. It's like, I don't know, if you park the car wrong or whatever, it's not my fault, it's his. It's kind of this thing, but we do that to each other. Like, we both really irritate each other. But it's a joke in a way because the love is there. And that's what I mean. If you go away, because it's day-to-day stuff, like he might leave a tea bag on the table or whatever it is, it's silly stuff.
Again, sounds very familiar.
That can just get in the way. So if you focus on the love, which is there, then it just solves everything.
Yeah, and that comes back to what you're saying. It's about time when you can connect without those day-to-day things and some of them annoyances, a time when you're actually face to face.
And that I think there's one thing. I mean, there's a lot of things there, but that's I think been really helpful because actually you sort of say, well, I need to remember I love my partner. Someone said, well, actually, if you do that, you sort of don't need to remember because you sort of know because actually. It wasn't that long ago when you had a really nice time together. It starts being, weeks, months, years since you last had a nice time. Then you might have to start to, do I really?
And building up that almost like supply of positive experiences compared to the more negative, annoying, resentful experiences.
Absolutely, and build that up so that you become a partnership.
Guys.
That helps a lot, I think.
Guys, I don't want to take any more of your time. It's been wonderful. Honestly, really, genuinely, really insightful and nice conversation. So thanks.
Good luck.